Gentlemen, most men don't fail with women because they're weak. They fail because they learn the rules after the damage is done. Today, you will learn 7 hard lessons about women that most men learn just way too late in life. Welcome back to Just the Tip. Okay, fellas, pay attention because even if you have never had a long-term relationship, the fact is that the most painful life experiences are the ones that teach you the hardest lessons. You learn after the divorce or after the breakup that made no sense or after years of effort that went unappreciated or after being told you were a great man, just not the right one. Or how about this one, the worst one of all, being thrown into the friend zone? She looked loving. She sounded sincere. She said all the right things. And yet the relationship still collapsed or never even happened. Not because you were a bad man, but because you were operating on beliefs that were never true. No one taught you how attraction actually works, or warned you what effort does without boundaries, or explained why talking often makes things worse, not better. So men improvise, they try harder, they give more, they communicate deeper, maybe they even become feminists, and slowly lose respect without realizing it. Of course, not every woman fits these patterns, but many do, especially in today's dating world. And pretending otherwise is how men lose years of their life. Pay attention. Ignoring these patterns has consequences. Lesson number 1. Attraction is not a reward for being good. Effort doesn't create desire, standards do. This is a lesson that destroys men the hardest. Most men grow up believing attraction works like a scoreboard. Be consistent, loyal, patient, kind, supportive. Eventually, attraction should follow, right? No, it doesn't. Attraction isn't a reward system. It doesn't care how hard you tried, how long you waited, how much effort you put in or sacrificed. When a man leads with effort instead of standards, he signals scarcity. He shows his value depends upon being accepted. And the moment a man seeks approval, attraction begins to fade. This is where men get confused. They did everything right. They showed up, they listened, they stayed loyal, they tried to be understanding, and she still lost interest. Not because doing the right thing is bad, but because effort without boundaries communicates need. Positive scenario, she sees you as a man with options. You choose her, but you don't chase her. You show interest, but you don't overinvest too early. You enjoy her company, but your life doesn't revolve around her reactions. You are calm, you are selective, and you walk away from disrespect quickly and quietly. She feels safe because you respect yourself. Attraction grows because you're not trying to earn it. Negative scenario, you over-explain, over-text, over-give. You keep adjusting to keep her comfortable. You fear losing her, so you avoid tension. You avoid saying no or rocking the boat. She feels the imbalance. She may not articulate it, but she feels it. And slowly attraction turns into familiarity. I can't say that word. And that turns into boredom, and boredom turns into irritation, and irritation turns into contempt or disgust. You become the good man she appreciates but doesn't desire. Example, you plan dates, check in, follow up, you try to be emotionally available. She starts pulling back. You respond by doing more. More reassurance, more effort, more patience. She responds by doing less. Eventually, she says she just doesn't feel the spark anymore, and you sit there stunned, wondering how the heck it got to this point. Key point: sexual attraction responds to self-respect, not self-sacrifice. The moment effort replaces standards, desire collapses. Have you ever been told you were a great guy right before she pulled away? Well, drop a comment below so that men can learn from your experience. Lesson number 2, talking more never fixes low attraction. It only exposes it. This lesson hits men after it's already too late. Men are taught that communication is the solution to everything. If something feels off, talk it out. If there's distance, explain yourself. If there's tension, open up emotionally. That advice ignores a critical truth. Communication doesn't create attraction. It only works when attraction already exists. When attraction is high, conversation feels easy. When attraction drops, conversation feels forced. No amount of explaining can make someone desire you again. The more a man talks when attraction is low, the weaker his position becomes. Positive scenario, she's already attracted. Your communication is calm, direct, brief. You don't overanalyze every little shift in her mood. You speak when something matters. You stay silent when it doesn't. There's space, polarity, and mutual interest. Negative scenario, she pulls back. You panic. You start asking questions. You ask what changed, what she needs, how you can fix things. You explain your intentions, you explain your feelings, you explain your effort, and the more you explain, the more uncertain you sound. She feels pressure instead of desire and responsibility instead of excitement. Example, she becomes distant. Her text replies slow down. Energy drops. You ask if everything's okay. She says she's just busy. You don't believe her. So you push the conversation. You explain how you care, that you're serious, that you're not like other guys. She listens, reassures you, then pulls away even more. Not because you were honest, but because she feels like a mother, not a lover. Key point, you can't talk a woman into wanting you. When attraction is gone, communication becomes damage control. Lesson number 3, women test men constantly, and most men fail without realizing it. This is where men misunderstand what's actually happening, or they give up and bow out. Most men think arguments are about the topic. They are not. Most men think tension means something is wrong. It doesn't. Many situations that look like conflict are actually tests. And the frustrating part is women don't even realize they're testing you. It's simply instinctive. These are not tests you sign up for, but they are tests of emotional strength, composure, and self-control. It's never about what you say, but how you respond or react. So, do you get rattled when conflict arises, or do you stay centered? Explain. No, don't explain. Don't explain, never explain. Most men fail these tests quietly. They think they failed because they were honest or kind, because women are confusing and damaged goods. In truth, they failed because they lost their masculine frame. Positive scenario, she pushes slightly. Maybe it's a comment or a mood shift or some small change. You don't rush to fix it. You don't defend yourself. You don't over-explain. You stay calm. You respond simply. Maybe a raise of your eyebrow. You don't take the bait. She feels your steadiness. She relaxes. Respect increases. Negative scenario, she challenges you. You feel the tension and panic. You try to smooth things over. You explain your intentions. Maybe you apologize too quickly, or you get angry and overreact, or run away pouting. You start managing her emotions instead of your own. She feels the imbalance immediately. She may not say anything in that moment, but guaranteed something shifts. The test is failed. Example, she says something sharp, something unnecessary. You feel disrespected. Instead of addressing it calmly, you start explaining why you didn't mean it that way. You try to prove you're a good guy. Meanwhile, she watches you scramble. Later, she says she really doesn't feel in the mood. You think it came out of nowhere. It didn't. Mother mode kills lover mode. Key point. The test isn't about winning the argument. It's about maintaining emotional control. Lesson number 4. Love does not earn respect, only boundaries do. This lesson destroys long term relationships when men learn it too late. Many men believe love guarantees respect. If she loves you, she'll treat you well. If she cares, she won't cross any lines. That belief is simply not true. Love without boundaries creates entitlement. Every time a man tolerates disrespect, he teaches her what his limits are, and they're flexible. Over time, flexibility turns into expectation. She stops checking herself, stops respecting his space, stops valuing his presence not because she's evil, but because the boundary was never enforced. You teach her how to treat you by what you allow. Positive scenario, you address disrespect early, calmly, directly. You don't threaten, lecture, or explode. You simply make it clear what you accept and what you don't. If she's a keeper, she adjusts because she respects your self respect. Negative scenario, you let things slide. Small comments, little digs, dismissals. You tell yourself it's not worth the fight. Weeks turn into months. Suddenly, the disrespect feels normal. You feel unseen. She feels entitled. Resentment builds on both sides. But you stay because you think all women are like that. But the harsh truth is, you trained her by allowing bad behavior from the start. Example, let's say she interrupts you or speaks down to you in front of others, or maybe she dismisses your concerns. You stay quiet to avoid conflict or embarrassment. Later, you wonder why intimacy feels dead and tension feels constant. Key point, love doesn't maintain respect, boundaries do. You are better up to speak up and embarrass her than allow her actions to embarrass you. Have you ever ignored early disrespect just to keep the relationship calm? Share your stories. Okay, the next one is all too common. Lesson number 5. Commitment does not lock in attraction. It relaxes men and it kills it. This one blindsides men who did everything right. A relationship becomes official, she commits, things feel secure, and slowly the man changes. He stops leading, letting her make all the decisions. He stops prioritizing his own life. He stops saying no. But attraction responds to polarity, and polarity requires direction. When a man abandons his direction, attraction fades quietly. Positive scenario, you commit without collapsing. You still lead your life, protect your time, pursue your goals. The relationship fits into your life. Your life doesn't shrink around the relationship. She feels your presence. She respects your direction. Attraction stays alive when the qualities that pulled her in are still alive in you. Negative scenario, you commit and then disappear into the relationship. Your schedule becomes her schedule. Your plans become optional. Your boundaries soften or disappear. You become available on demand. She doesn't feel chosen anymore. She feels accommodated. Your over accommodation kills desire. Example, you cancel plans with friends to keep her happy. Stop going to the gym as often. Stop doing the things that made you attractive. She starts feeling restless but doesn't know why. You start feeling taken for granted. If you're lucky, she says she misses how things used to be. But what she really misses is who you used to be, who she fell for. Key point, commitment doesn't preserve attraction, leadership does. Remember, what women say they want and what women really need are sometimes different. Lesson number 6, vulnerability without strength repels. Control comes first. Men are told to open up, be vulnerable, share everything. That advice skips a step. Vulnerability only works when it's backed by emotional stability and strength. Sharing emotions isn't the problem. Leading with insecurity is. Women don't feel safe with men who are ruled by emotion. Women feel safe with men who can feel without losing control. Positive scenario, you share selectively, you stay grounded. You speak from clarity, not confusion. And you process your emotions without dumping them on her. She feels your honesty without feeling burdened by it. Negative scenario, you overshare early. Maybe you vent constantly, you seek reassurance. You turn her into your emotional anchor. She feels pressure instead of closeness, attraction drops. Example, you open up about your fears, your doubts, past hurts, all without showing. You can handle them. At first, she listens. Over time, she starts pulling away, not because you were honest, but because you stopped leading emotionally and stopped handling your problems. Key point: emotional depth attracts, emotional instability repels. Have you ever opened up and felt things get colder instead of closer? If, like most men, you are confused about masculine vulnerability, you will want to watch the video coming up. Now, just before I reveal the most important lesson every man must learn, and a critical point for men currently in long-term relationships, if you have found value in this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. And thank you so much if you already have. I appreciate you. Okay. Oh, and also I've got a new service coming up that's going to help a lot of you. So stay tuned for that or scan the QR code. Keep in mind spots are limited. Alright, next one. Lesson number 7. Walking away is your only real power. Not fixing, not convincing, not winning. This is the lesson most men resist the most. Men believe power comes from solving problems, explaining intentions, or proving commitment. Now, that instinct actually destroys attraction. The man who can't walk away has no power. The man who stays to fix everything teaches her his boundaries are loose. Walking away isn't manipulation. It's self-respect, and your self-respect is absolutely necessary for her attraction. The willingness to walk away removes access and confusion. It forces reality to the surface. Positive scenario, you address an issue once calmly, clearly. If the behavior continues, you disengage. No anger, no threats, no speeches. She adjusts or she doesn't. Either outcome protects you. Negative scenario, you stay and negotiate, explain again, tolerate more. You keep investing hoping her behavior changes. It rarely does. Example, she disrespects you repeatedly. You keep talking, she crosses boundaries, you keep forgiving. Eventually, she leaves, and you realize staying didn't save anything. In fact, it contributed to the end. Key point: walking away preserves dignity. Staying without standards destroys it. Have you ever stayed too long hoping things would improve? What did it actually cost you? Critical point for men who let bad behavior slide too long. The longer you tolerate disrespect, the harder she'll push back when you finally draw a line. Expect more testing, more acting out, and more reaction. She's gotten comfy with the old setup, and it takes time to reset the dynamic. Sometimes it works, sometimes it blows up. But respecting yourself always beats keeping the peace, even if she can't or won't meet you there. Are all women difficult to date? In truth, yes. But some are self-aware, accountable, and know how to respect men who respect themselves. But just because she wants a relationship doesn't mean she knows how to maintain one. Just because she says she cares doesn't mean her behavior matches it. And just because you love her doesn't mean you should tolerate everything. Your job isn't to fix broken damsels, but to choose wisely. When you ignore these lessons, you pay with more than your time. When you learn them early, you protect your future. You are not here to earn attraction or to negotiate respect. You're here to build a life that a healthy woman wants to join. So, if this video opened your eyes, please share it with a man who needs to hear these lessons. And which of these lessons hit hardest for you and why? Your story could help wake up other men. Be sure to watch the next video coming up because that is really going to open your eyes to some shocking truths about women and men and vulnerability. Thanks so much for being here. Big hug. God bless.